This is a 2016 Polaris Ranger Crew 570 that we're going to be reviewing today. Let's get right into it. On this, and there's some bad things. One of my favorite things is all the storage compartments inside of this. There's all these compartments all over it. There's some under the chair, which is nice because you can put a lot of stuff in this. So on this thing, it's got some pretty small tires, but the tread isn't bad, but I almost wish that it wasn't as big and bulky as these are, because once you take these on the road a few times, they're just going to be nothing. They're going to be bald after that. One other thing that I wish they had built different on here is that there would be something in between this and here, some kind of a plate, and same for the back, because the back is a lot worse. It just covers everything. Here is where I wish they had some kind of a plate, because there's the battery and your electronic stuff back here, and I don't think it's that great for it to get covered and caked in mud. And there you have your motor and it's just getting caked in there in mud. We're probably sometime gonna have to lift it up and give her a good clean. And same for the other side, it just gets caked so easy. And this whole thing and this under, just I wish there was some kind of a protection here around it so it's not covering everything. This Polaris has pretty good storage. The store box in the back is not bad. It's a pretty big storage box. One of my only problems with it is that there's holes here that lead right onto the motor, and if you're hauling any gasoline in here, I mean, it's gonna get on the motor and you're not gonna be doing too good. Now that we've had this thing for a few months, there's a few things that we've learned about it. Its turning radius is not good at all. I mean, this is not much of a trail rider. You gotta have some like pickup truck wide trails to be using this, which kind of defeats the point of having a smaller machine instead of just using your truck back in the woods. But I guess I get it, because now if you break this, you still get your truck to get back. So on this Polaris, it has a winch, which is a extra feature, I think is an add-on. It might not be, but because this is an older model, back then they put a lot of more stuff on it and they didn't make you pay for all these extra parts. It's a pretty nice winch. One thing that I don't like about it is when you're winding it up sometimes, it'll just slip. Like if I start turning it, like it won't go anywhere. It won't spin it in, because the whole bale is just spinning around, which is a bit of a problem. I wish there was some teeth in there to grip onto it. This feature could be a pro and a con. These seat belts here, if I'm not buckled up, it will not go over 15 miles an hour, which can be a pro if you have younger people driving it or just people that are a little bit careless. But it's also a con, because let's say you're working, you got to get over somewhere. You're not going to want to take 5 minutes to buckle up and a bunch of gear on, which kind of sucks, but I mean, I get that it's a safety reason. So what's nice about this model here is it has this, it's not as fancy as Can-Am and Polaris's newer things, but it is nice because you can change this sucker up. So here we have it on miles. We have 1,000 miles on this. There's RPMs, temperature, and over here it shows you what gear you're in, which is also nice, because sometimes you just throw it in gear on here, which would be hard to tell, because sometimes it'll be in between gear on this, which kind of sucks, and then it just doesn't go. But you could tell on there, it'll tell you what gear you're in, so you know exactly what you're in. We got temperature, we got, I think that's hours. There's a lot of other settings you can mess with on this. So for my overall review, for a side-by-side of the price that we got it for used, I'm going to give it probably a 7 to 8 out of 10. It's useful for what we're doing for. It does everything we want. Like I said about the tires, that's probably my biggest thing, and the inside of the motor, that would be my biggest thing really. Problem about this. Other than that, it's a pretty good machine. It works hard. Never had problems with it. Never failed us trying to get something done. Hey, and if you guys like content like this, check out our 52 Power Wagon restoration. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next one.
Disclaimer: for legal reasons, this was recorded on a closed course in Mexico.